And at number 10, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith and Kylie Jenner dated at one point in time. The pair had grown up together and their friendship blossomed into a romantic relationship. But of course, the teenage relationship did not last long, and Kylie and Jaden broke up in 2014. Apparently, Kylie is the one that cut the cord, and since the split, Jaden has not been able to get over her. Kylie and her ex-BFF Jordyn Woods apparently met because of Jaden, and after meeting, Kylie and Jordyn were inseparable. So the fight between Kylie and Jordyn that ended their friendship also put a strain on Kylie and Jaden. And it's clear the Smith family took Jordyn's side in the fight, considering Jordyn went on the Red Table Talk to speak about the scandal right after. And at number 9, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez was never really friends with the Kardashians, but her on and off again boyfriend Justin Bieber was. And I'm sure you know where this is going. During the time that Selena and Justin were a thing, Selena felt that Kylie was making the moves on Justin. Selena and Kylie apparently got into a confrontation in 2014 at Justin's house. According to sources, Kylie sent sexy images of herself to Justin, and that's what started the fight. Selena saw the pictures on Justin's phone and she freaked out and left immediately. It seemed after this debacle, Selena realized her and the Kardashians would never be real friends with her, and it was all for show, to enhance their brands. Other sources also claim that Selena stopped being friends with the Jenners because of their use of substances like drinking and partying, but the Jenners denied those claims. And at number 8, Blac Chyna. There's absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that Blac Chyna hates Kylie Jenner. I think pretty much anyone would hate the woman that your boyfriend left you for. Back in 2014, Blac Chyna was in a long-term relationship with Tyga. The pair even had a son together. But that all changed when Kylie came into the picture, and Tyga left Chyna for a 16-year-old Kylie. After they started dating, it was clear that a lot of the world had a problem with it, but none more than Blac Chyna, who was left to take care of their son alone. At this time, tons of Chyna's friends and family were shading Kylie for breaking up a family, including Amber Rose. Apparently, Kim was even friends with Chyna while she was with Tyga, and Kim said that Chyna was devastated when she found out Tyga was leaving her and their 3-year-old son King Cairo for Kylie. Years later, Chyna would get in a long-term relationship with Rob Kardashian, Kylie's half-brother, and have a child with him. Some even speculate Blac Chyna got with Rob purely out of spite, so she could make Kylie's life hell. So I guess here, Chyna got the last laugh. And at number 7, Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer does not keep her opinions to herself, so when she was asked to comment on the Kar Jenners, she savagely came after the family, specifically Kylie. A lot of people don't like the family for silly reasons, but Keke is concerned about Kylie's impact. Kylie has revealed that she's gotten plastic surgery to fix a lot of the things she was insecure about as a kid, but Keke does not approve. She believes that Kylie went about dealing with her insecurities in the wrong way, and hates the fact that she's praised for this paid glow-up. In an interview about the Kardashians, Keke said, quote, "In the sense of the Kardashians, it's like, I'm going to show you so much perfect and be everything a woman should be or everything a man would like to love." She then went on to speak about Kylie and how everyone labeled Kylie the ugly duckling of the family when she was younger. Quote, "Then she went and did apparently everything the world deems as beautiful. The even crazier part is that everybody loves her for it." And at number 6, Kylie Minogue. Before there was Kylie Jenner, Kylie Minogue was the most famous Kylie, but tension started between the ladies when they got in a trademark feud over their shared name. It started when Jenner tried to trademark the name Kylie in 2015. According to the US Patent and Trademark Office, in 2015 Jenner tried to register Kylie in the US for quote advertising services and endorsement services, but Kylie Minogue's team filed her own charges to ensure the trademark did not go through. Minogue claimed it would be quote damage to her own reputation. In the legal document, Minogue's team classified Jenner as a quote secondary reality television personality known for her photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts on social media. Pretty savage. And then Minogue tweeted quote, "Hello, my name is Kylie, #lightyears," insinuating she was here way before Kylie Jenner. And after all that shade, the two clearly do not like each other. Halfway number 5, Madison Beer. Madison Beer and Kylie Jenner run in similar social circles, so you'd assume that they have a lot in common and maybe they could even turn into friends. But that's not the case, because Madison called out Kylie for allegedly stealing. Madison Beer accused Kylie of stealing her purple palette idea back in 2017. In October, Kylie released her purple palette from her Kylie Cosmetics brand, and soon after the collection was made public, Madison shaded Kylie on Instagram, alleging that Kylie betrayed her. At that time, Madison posted, quote, "When people fully steal your idea and what they come out with was supposed to be a collab." whack. So clearly Madison and Kylie were supposed to collab on the palette, but Kylie then released it without Madison and didn't tell her. The collab was never confirmed, but apparently Madison teased it to the paparazzi months before. A follower then called up Madison for quote, thinking she invented purple eyeshadow, and Madison clapped back savagely, calling the user very unintelligent. So clearly that whole thing hit quite a nerve. And at number 4, Lords Leon. Lords Leon, daughter of Madonna, dissed Kylie after Lords was invited to Kylie's birthday party in 2015. Apparently she finds the Kardashian family vile and was horrified about the invite. A source revealed that Lords shaded Kylie over her social media activity and selfie taking. After she received the invite, the source exposed, quote, she couldn't believe Kylie thought she'd be receptive to a party invite and has completely ignored her. As far as she's concerned, she's not going to lower herself to even responding, adding that Lords is very picky about who she spends her time with and Kylie does not make the cut. The source added that Lord's friends are quote, much more interested in changing the world than in taking selfies. And at number 3, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star and the Kardashians have a love-hate relationship, but usually it's hate. Jeffree specifically went after Kylie following the release of Kylie Cosmetics, because at that time, Kylie was his main competitor in the online market. Their feud is pretty much one-sided, but I'm sure Kylie has seen all the shade that Jeffree's dished out. Back when Jeffree was famous for his makeup reviews, he reviewed Kylie Cosmetics on multiple occasions, and more often than not, he trashed her products. When reviewing her over $300 brush set, he called it cheap dollar store product. Jeffree and Shane Dawson also reviewed Kylie Cosmetics, and again did not keep their negative opinions to themselves. Jeffree even shaded Kylie's billionaire Forbes cover, saying quote, I declined the feature so they had to pick someone. And at number 2, Amanda Stenberg. The Kardashians are constantly getting into scandals, usually having to do with cultural appropriation or blackfishing. Actress Amanda Stenberg had enough and needed to slam Kylie's problematic behavior. Kylie got tons of heat after she decided to style her hair in cornrows. Then Amanda shared her thoughts on Twitter, writing quote, when you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use a position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism. Amanda decided to explain herself in a video she posted after called Don't Cash Crop on My Cornrow, where she explained that there's a thin line between cultural appropriation and appreciation, but in this case it's clear that Kylie has taken something racially charged and made it high fashion, which is disrespectful. And finally at number 1, Paris Jackson. Kylie has undertaken plenty of business ventures in her day, but one venture was so out of touch that it got the attention of Paris Jackson. Kendall and Kylie got tons of backlash when they released a series of vintage tees for their clothing line, showcasing photos of legends like the Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, The Doors, and Ozzy Osbourne, beside their own faces on the t-shirts. Tons of celebrities called out the sisters for their tone-deaf decision, including Paris Jackson, the daughter of the late Michael Jackson. Paris took to Twitter and wrote, quote, as a huge fan of Zeppelin, The Doors, Floyd, I mean these bands literally helped shape who I am today. I can't condone this fashion. Legends like these who completely changed our world today, not just the music world, should be respected and honored, not turned into this. Pink Floyd is not Chanel, Led Zeppelin is not Michael Kors, Metallica is not Givenchy. Don't get it twisted. Along with getting tons of heat, the sisters were also slapped with multiple lawsuits from the estates of these late artists. So of course, they stopped selling the shirts pretty quickly.
In at number 10, the diamond earring. While on vacation in Bora Bora, Kim created one of the most iconic lines on the show. After Chris Humphries tossed her into the ocean, Kim soon realized that she had lost one of her earrings. She immediately began sobbing after losing the $75,000 diamond earring, which gave way to Kourtney's big line of, Kim, there's people that are dying. When the Kardashian family celebrated the 10-year anniversary of Keeping Up with the Kardashians in September of 2017, Kim explained why she got so upset about losing the earring in the ocean. During the interview she said, okay, can I explain that earring? For years for my birthday I buy myself a birthday present, and I had upgraded that pair of diamond studs, worked really hard. Then after Khloe questioned her on whether or not the story was relatable, Kim continues by saying, I mean it's not relatable but it's what I went through, and it's why I was crying, so I'm just being honest. They were $75,000 probably or more, but I don't have them anymore so no one come look for them. Anyways, I had just gotten them and I didn't insure them, and imagine if you don't insure something and it's gone. I just threw that money away. In at number 9, the Paris robbery. While appearing on My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, Kim told Dave that she feared for the worst when the robbery was taking place in Paris. Her and her sister Kourtney had travel to Europe to attend the Paris Fashion Week, and Kim noted during the interview that Kourtney had packed up all of Kim's jewelry for the trip, which according to her was something that she had never really done before. Kim then went on to explain that on the evening of the attack, Kourtney had left the hotel with her only bodyguard, which left Kim completely alone in their suite. Kim recounted that terrifying experience and said that around 3 o'clock in the morning, she remembered hearing stomping on the stairs. To her, it sounded as if a group of people were inching closer and closer to her room. Something about the noise instantly made her feel like someone had broken in though. So with every second counting now, Kim quickly grabbed her phone to dial for help. Although shortly after, the gang of intruders did indeed violently make their way into her hotel room and specifically demanded that she hand over the ring that Kanye West had just purchased for her. They ended up escaping with more than $10 million in jewelry that included her $4 million engagement ring given to her by Kanye West. An appropriate time to have a public breakdown. In at number 8, Rob avoids wedding. It's no secret now that Rob Kardashian didn't attend Kim and Kanye's wedding ceremony in Europe, but what most people don't know is why and what the fallout from this was. When the family first flew to Paris and then Italy to see Kim and Kanye tie the knot, Rob initially went to Paris but then decided to turn back and go home because he didn't want to be in the public eye. This really upset Kim when she received the email from Rob sharing the unfortunate news with her. Kim went on to say that she and Rob are close, but that Rob's struggles with his weight and depression had caused somewhat of a rift. She went on to say, "I'm definitely a tough love kind of person. If I don't like something that's going on in my life, I change it and I don't sit and complain about it for a year." So clearly she was upset. In number 7, plastic surgery accusations. Kim Kardashian first hit the public eye when she worked as Paris Hilton's assistant, but her show Keeping Up with the Kardashians brought her into a brand new world of fame and fortune. The way her look has changed over the years has led many to believe that Kim got plastic surgery somewhere along the way. Although Kim has always insisted that people have confused her contouring with plastic surgery. While speaking with Elle magazine, she said, "I'm really into strobing now, so just highlighting the skin without using bronzer. I love contouring and I don't think I'd stop contouring my nose. I know people think I've had a nose job, but it really is just makeup." Even after she gave birth to her first child, people assumed that she had surgery to help her lose the weight. Kim blasted people online for trying to say this and tweeted out, "I am very frustrated today seeing reports that I got surgery to lose my baby weight. This is false." In at number 6, Taylor Swift. After Kanye interrupted Taylor's acceptance speech, the two apparently talked it out and then said that it was all water under the bridge. However, when Kanye West dropped the track called Famous that had a lyric directed at Taylor, the feud reignited. Kanye and Kim claimed that Taylor had given them permission, but Taylor claimed that she actually never knew what the line was and therefore didn't give her consent or blessings. Following that whole debacle, Taylor began her Reputation tour, and for many performances she literally sang her songs next to a giant robotic snake. Which is essentially saying, I know what the truth is, and if you want to call me a snake, that's fine, I'll just embrace that cloud and be bigger from it. Kim made the situation even worse though when she decided to leak a snippet of Taylor and Kanye's private conversation to her Snapchat. This led to a massive spike in social media attacks against Taylor Swift that she says forced her into hiding for nearly a year. Around March of 2020 though, a new piece of evidence was brought up that seemingly proved that Taylor Swift was telling the truth about not wanting Kanye to use her name in the song. And number 5, sister fight. During a season 18 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim and Kourtney's issues with each other hit a breaking point. When Kim accused Kourtney of not caring about things, Kourtney snapped back at her with some very threatening words. She then pushed Kim to the ground, which led to Kim threatening to punch her own sister in the face. Immediately the meltdown began as both sisters started to grab and hit each other until Khloe stepped in to break them up. This was a real meltdown as well that resulted in production needing to be stopped for a week just so that both parties could clear their heads. Shortly thereafter, Kourtney announced that she was stepping back from the show. In number 4, the Ray J tape. Kim is no stranger to the fact that this infamous tape is the reason she was introduced to the world. Keeping Up with the Kardashians even premiered on E! Just a few months after it was released to the public. In a June 2012 interview, she said that while she felt humiliated, it only made her work 10 times harder to get people to see the real her. The tape from 2007 almost immediately went viral, and although Kim tried to fight the release of it, she ultimately settled on using the publicity to promote her family show. But needless to say, she was still very upset by it all. In at number 3, Kris Humphries. The tumultuous relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries will live in infamy in the archives of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as one of the quickest marriages ever. The beauty mogul and NBA star didn't even know each other for a full year before deciding to get married. Many years later, Kim would even confess that she felt pressure to get married, and that is why she moved so fast with Kris. After about 6 months of dating, Humphries proposed, and it was all captured for an episode of Kim's show, with the wedding taking place just 4 months later. Despite all of that pressure to get married though, Kim ultimately decided to follow her heart, and after 72 days of marriage, she filed for divorce from Humphries. Things got really messy too because Kris was continuously claiming that the whole marriage was was simply a publicity stunt, which many didn't put past the ever-so-cunning Kardashians. In number 2, the divorce. During one episode, the family took a trip to Lake Tahoe, which is where footage shows Kim breaking down into tears as she spoke about her marriage to Kanye West. If you recall, the reality star filed for divorce from Kanye West after nearly 7 years of marriage. In addition to that, they also had 4 kids together. Now, before they began talking about the divorce, Kim started expressing outrage over there being cookies in the vacation home. She says to Khloe that she asked for them to not bring those cookies because she gained 15 pounds, before adding, "I'm going to throw them in the toilet, I cannot eat them and I'm not joking." When Khloe tries to lighten the mood and say that it's not the cookies' fault, Kim responds that she just wants to go into a room and never come out. During an interview with just the producers, her sisters let viewers in on what Kim has been going through. Khloe goes on to say, "Kim has been struggling privately behind camera about her relationship, and it's tough because Kim is clearly redirecting so much of her frustration and sadness and anger. Sometimes you just take things out on something that has nothing to do with what you're going through." And right before the family had left for this trip, Kim also said that she and Kanye had just had a big fight. Coming in at her number 1 spot, Wyoming breakdown. After flying to Wyoming to hopefully fix things with Kanye, Kim broke down into tears again and said, "I honestly can't do this anymore. Why am I still in this place where I'm stuck for years? Like, he goes and moves to a different state every year. I have to be together so I can raise the kids, you know?" Even in saying that though, she did add that Kanye was still an amazing dad, but that he deserves to be with someone who can support his every move, adding, "I think he deserves someone that can go support his every move, go follow him all over the place and move to Wyoming. I can't do that. He should have a wife that supports his every move and travels with him and does everything." That being said, it's not like Kim didn't try to be there for her husband. Kanye suffers from bipolar disorder, and so Kim has been a vocal supporter of him, even asking social media to show him compassion and empathy after he began posting strange things on Twitter. Several months before their divorce though, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians film crew caught a moment where Kim tells her sisters that she feels like a failure. Because this was her 3rd failed marriage, she said that it makes her feel like a loser. But even though this pervasive thought is always coming up, she said that she can't think like that because she wants to just be happy. Coming number 10, DMs leaked. Scott Disick, who was just dumped by his ex-girlfriend Amelia Hamlin, has been popping up a lot in the news lately after he allegedly sent some harsh text messages to Kourtney's ex Eunice Benjamin about her trip with Travis to Italy. Now, a source has apparently come forward to confirm that Scott has some very unsettled ill will towards Kourtney and Travis. While speaking with Entertainment Tonight, the source said, and I quote, "Kourtney and Scott are definitely not as close as they once were. Scott has some unsettled ill will towards Kourtney and Travis being together, and Kourtney is over the jealousy. She thinks Scott needs to grow up," which is an appropriate response to those leaked messages that Scott had sent out. I mean, they were really petty, plus Eunice actually called Scott out in those same messages. In the DM, Scott says to Eunice, "Yo, is this chick okay? Bro, like, what is this? In the middle of Italy?" And in response, Eunice said, "Doesn't matter to me as long as she's happy, PS, I ain't your bro." This message seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back in Scott's relationship with the 20-year-old Amelia Hamlin. In number 9, Bella Thorne. Unfortunately for Scott, his new lady at the time was not of age to participate in his favorite activity of drinking booze. Back in 2017, Scott was spotted getting close with 19-year-old Bella Thorne in France while Kourtney was in Cannes, France with her new guy, Eunice Benjamin. He also taught her the art of manipulating the paparazzi to make your ex jealous. Kendall Jenner revealed Disick only started seeing Thorne to make his ex Kourtney upset. According to her, Disick had spoken with Kendall about the relationship and he flat out admitted to only doing it to make Kourtney angry. Although Scott lost his narrative when Bella Thorne told several media outlets that the relationship was legit nothing. During an interview with Complex, she told them, "Scott is really nice, sweet, charming. I don't drink and he really drinks a lot. And it just ended up, I just wasn't down. I was like, I gotta leave, I love to go out and have fun, I love to effing dance, but I just don't party hardcore like that and it was way too much for me." In number 8, cheating on vacation. For a long time, the relationship between Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian had been tumultuous to say the least. Even the rest of the Kardashian family was confused about the status of their relationship, although it became much more clear when Scott was caught getting a little too close with his ex-girlfriend Khloe Bartoli. Following the paparazzi taking these photos, the two broke up. Although that was just the nail in the coffin moment, before this, Kim had actually caught a woman hiding in Scott's bathroom while in Dubai. Following those exposing photos, Kourtney wanted to rekindle the relationship, so she invited him to vacation with the family in Costa Rica. And while there, he actually tried to sneak a woman into the hotel room, all while he was trying to reunite with the mother of his children. In number 7, forgetting birthdays. While on vacation in the Bahamas in 2016, Scott really angered the entire Kardashian clan after he somehow forgot his daughter Penelope's birthday. She had birthday wishes from almost every family member except for Scott, her own father. Scott, who had a full 24 hours to send something, even an HBD would have been more acceptable than nothing. He said nothing though, and didn't even offer up a happy belated birthday upon people calling him out for this. Instead, he just posted more of his own face to Instagram, proving that narcissism knows no bounds. In number 6, shaming Kourtney. We know that Scott is not afraid of telling you how he really feels. In fact, he expresses very little remorse for being vocal about things even if it's inappropriate, like the several times that he took various digs at Kourtney's weight in 2013. Many viewers of the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians were shocked to see Kourtney crying because Scott said that she couldn't lose her baby weight quickly enough after the birth of Penelope. He told her, "Last time around you tried to watch what you were eating after you had Mason, at least you were losing weight." When she replied, Scott shocked, he added harshly, "Just do it faster, you're my piece of machinery." In at number 5, too many pills. Scott is no stranger to partying, as chronicled by his many drunken meltdowns captured for the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Although for his 31st birthday he took things way too far. Disick decided to get all of his friends together for an event in the Hamptons where the family was staying for the summer. However, Kourtney, who is usually his calming influencer, decided to head back to LA for North's birthday, which left Scott alone with his own demons. He got so day drunk that a member of the Kardashian security team actually had to take him to bed for a nap. Then when he woke up, he gets ready to party more as they head out to a nightclub. Unfortunately, upon arriving back at the house, Scott decided to take an entire bottle of sleeping pills, which ended up sending him to rehab. In number 4, the paparazzi. Over the course of the relationship with Kourtney Kardashian, Scott Disick has become more and more accustomed to the paparazzi being a normal part of his everyday life. These people's every moments get tracked by these photographers and sometimes are utilized by celebrities to push a certain narrative. However, in 2011, no one will forget his foul outbursts on paparazzi when they got way too close to him and his son Mason at the airport. It was one of the many outbursts that they had caught on camera, but for this point I at least acknowledge that this meltdown came as a result of protecting his own son. I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. Meltdown, good or bad. In number 3, attacking Rob. On the very same episode that Scott attacked a waiter, which we'll get to soon, he also ended up getting into a huge brawl with Rob Kardashian as well. It's like he never even realized that there were cameras filming him for this show. Well, that or he just doesn't care. At one point in the episode, Scott decides that he is going to trash his entire hotel room and punch Rob Kardashian in the face. This wasn't his last time causing chaos while staying in a hotel though. 5 years later, he trashed another hotel room in Aspen that resulted in a bill of over $1,800 just for the drinks, as well as $500 in repairs to his room. In at number 2, the broken mirror. Again, in a drunken rage, Scott Disick had a big fight with his own reflection. When Kourtney returned home, she could smell smoke in the room, and so she questioned Scott about this. Disick, who was passed out at the time, and upon being accused of smoking in the house, he began to lose his temper, resulting in him punching a mirror, which definitely undermines a previous episode where Kourtney said that he was a real softie and he's not a monster at all. That aside, Kim and Kourtney were visibly frightened upon seeing this and ran from the apartment to get the baby away from his deranged father. This also marks the first time that the producers of the show actually had to step in and get help for Scott to send him to the hospital for surgery on his hand. Kourtney then informed Scott of the decision to end the relationship and that he couldn't see Mason until he had cleaned up his act. And coming in at our number 1 spot, the waiter. In season 4 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Scott infamously shoved money down a waiter's throat while partying in Las Vegas for Kim's birthday. Apparently, the waiter had been told by Kris Jenner to stop giving Scott alcohol, which only set Disick off even more. As he shoved a $100 bill down the waiter's gullet, he told him to shut his effing mouth, which definitely confirms that he should have probably been cut off much earlier in the night. Because if that's your reaction when you don't get more of what you want, you shouldn't even been served more booze. Yeah.
In at number 10, avoiding bad reviews. Kylie is a businesswoman at heart, and she is constantly launching new business ventures that usually strike gold. However, this has not been the case for Kylie Swim, and the bad reviews for that venture have been flooding in. And it seems that instead of addressing the negativity with Kylie Swim, Kylie is shifting focus to her baby line that has been getting rave reviews. Kylie posted a carousel image to her Instagram the other day, showing off all the positive Kylie baby reviews. But customers aren't happy with Kylie's silence on the swim line, and the comments are flooded with people asking Kylie to address the bad reviews for her other venture, Kylie Swim. And at number 9, serial fib. The Kardashians are so rich and famous, it's crazy to think that they still have normal human experiences like the rest of us. In 2018, Kylie simply tweeted out, quote, "Last night I ate cereal with milk for the first time, life-changing." Even though that's the most Kardashian thing ever, it was pretty much no biggie until her fans started to expose her. One fan replied, quote, "Girl, you're lying. You had cereal with milk on April 25th of 2013 and posted it to Instagram." The fan even included a picture of the post, which meant there was no way around the lie. It's a very strange thing to lie about, but I honestly think she just forgot she had tried it before. I don't know, let me know your thoughts below. And at number 8, pressure to tag designer. The story with this one started when Kylie posted some pictures of her vacation in Utah. In the photo, she was wearing a statement orange and leopard dress that immediately got the attention of fans. Kylie doesn't generally tag the things that she wears, so immediately comments started flooding in that she was refusing to tag the designer, even though it was a black-owned indie brand. One tweet wrote, quote, "Kylie Jenner is refusing to tag the designer of the dress she just posted, which is a black-owned brand, and is now limiting her comments." But Kylie herself decided to clap back, writing, quote, "Okay, this is just a reach. Why would I ever refuse to tag a brand and block comments? This is completely false. I think this brand is amazing and I wanted to show support and will continue to do so. Everyone go check out Loud Brand Studios." She then uploaded a snap of her in the dress to her Instagram story, tagging the brand there as well. So it's clear here that she gave into the pressure. And at number 7, posted fake birthday photos. The internet was set ablaze with pregnancy rumors after Kylie posted these photos of herself supposedly at her 24th birthday party. At first, fans didn't think much of it until photos of the birthday party were released and it showed an incredibly low-key party. Kim also exposed Kylie by sharing an Instagram story of Kylie's nails, which were not the same color as the nails that Kylie had in the green dress photo, proving that the green dress photos and the birthday party photos were taken on different days. Rumors then started swirling that Kylie was once again pregnant and using recycled photos of her Instagram to not raise suspicion. The sneaky photo swap did not work, and the rumors gained so much traction that Kylie decided to announce her second pregnancy shortly after. And at number 6, Instagram versus reality. I think we all know that Kylie edits her photos, as she's been exposed on countless occasions. One side-by-side shows Kylie shooting for her Grinch Christmas collection compared to the final Instagram photos, and there seems to be a pretty big difference. Of course, lighting and angles play a huge factor, but it's safe to say that these photos were edited. Another set of photos that were highly scrutinized were photos Kylie posted with her BFF Stassi, where it looked like they both touched up their bodies. Halfway number 5, lying about lips. Kylie has made $1 billion fortune off of her unforgettable pout, but it hasn't always been that way, and originally Kylie had very small lips. After the big transformation, it was speculated that Kylie must have gotten lip filler, but she completely denied getting anything for months, even though it was obvious. In 2015, she told Grazia magazine, quote, "I'm like, stop talking about my lips. I haven't had plastic surgery, I've never been under the knife. People flash back to pictures of me when I was 12 and say, Kylie looks so different, but how can I look the same from 12 to 18? But eventually she couldn't deny it anymore. She confessed that she did get lip filler because she was insecure that she wasn't a good kisser. And at number 4, controversial caption. Usually Kylie is called out for photoshopping herself to make her appear more perfect, but this time she was actually caught up in a Photoshop scandal because an Instagram account changed the caption of one of her photos to make it look like she said something controversial. The photo in question is a typical photo of Kylie looking snatched, but the caption on the photo at one point said, quote, "brown-skinned girl," which had tons of people outraged because Kylie is constantly accused of blackfishing. This caused quite a stir, and Kylie ended up changing the caption to say brown-eyed girl. However, it was revealed much later that Kylie never had the controversial caption on the photo in the first place, and the caption the entire time was brown-eyed girl. Kylie even posted a side-by-side on her Instagram story to prove she was not lying. And at number 3, fake face wash. While Kylie was promoting Kylie's skin, she got a ton of heat for a super cringy video of her washing her face. Firstly, she used a filter while washing, which doesn't let us see how the product actually works. Then she only used the face wash for like 5 seconds max before scrubbing off her makeup with a towel. Worst of all, we get a quick glimpse of the towel after, and it's covered in foundation, so clearly it didn't work to take the makeup off. One comment on the post read, quote, "She washed her face for literally seconds and her foundation was all over the towel. If I did that, my acne would be poppin'." And at number 2, fake Kylie skin reviews. Following the release of Kylie's skin, Kylie posted a slew of good reviews to her Instagram to boast about her products. In the caption, Kylie wrote, quote, "You don't even understand how good it makes me feel to know so many of you are falling in love just like I did. Thank you for the support and trust, I promise I got you." Most of the comments on the post were positive and supportive of Kylie, but one commenter accused her of posting fake reviews to boost sales. Usually Kylie doesn't feed into the hate, but she clapped back in a comment of her own, writing that the commenter was a hater and all of her reviews are from real people. And since the reviews for Kylie's skin were mostly positive, I would assume the reviews were all real. And finally at number 1, shady caption. In the midst of Khloe's photo scandal, where she was trying to get a certain photo of herself removed from the internet, Kylie decided to post her own photo with a pretty shady caption. The photos were of Kylie before heading out, captioned, quote, "in real life," which some thought could be a dig at Khloe, who was accused of being fake. But that's not all. A few days before, Kylie also bragged about not using filters on her social media in a snap of herself in a black bra. The video said, quote, "no filter life." Not only were these captions pretty shady, many also thought they were just blatantly not true because all the times Kylie's been caught editing her photos.
In at number 10, Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen is a former friend of the Kardashian clan, but after she left, she revealed a shady secret about Khloe. During an interview with the Hollywood Raw podcast, Pippen said that she dated Tristan Thompson right before he started dating Khloe, saying, quote, "I was kind of seeing Tristan before Khloe or any of them knew he existed. I was seeing him. I had him come to LA. I brought him to a party Kim had. I introduced him to all of them." And then apparently without saying a word to Larsa, Khloe and Tristan started their relationship. Larsa seemed to be a good sport about things, but that's definitely a violation of girl code, and shows that Khloe isn't loyal when she's interested in someone's man. In at number 9, Khloe Grace Moretz. During Kim and Kanye's feud with Taylor Swift, Khloe Grace Moretz got involved, and Khloe took a nasty low blow. After Kim released a video on Snapchat of Kanye West discussing his famous song with Taylor, Khloe Grace Moretz tweeted to defend Swift from the accusation that she lied about not knowing about the song before it was released. Moretz said, quote, "Stop wasting your voice on something so petulant and unimportant. Everyone in this industry needs to get their heads out of a hole and look around to realize what's actually happening in the real world." Then Khloe Kardashian jumped in to defend her sister, tweeting back, quote, "Is this the hole you're referring to, Khloe Grace Moretz?" adding a picture that seemingly showed Moretz's bare butthole. Moretz clapped back that the girl in the photo was not her, and tons of celebrities came to Moretz's defense against the nasty clapback. In at number 8, Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose was one of the celebrities that jumped in to defend Khloe Grace Moretz in her exchange with Khloe Kardashian. After the photo was tweeted out, Ruby Rose tweeted, quote, "Yo Khloe, I thought you were rad when I met you, but this is awful, and this is a 19-year-old girl. Nobody likes being bullied or made to feel worthless, yet so many people will go above and beyond to make others feel that way." Khloe defended her actions, responding back, quote, "I'm the last person to bully, but have an animal instinct to protect and defend my family. Refrain from commenting on my family and our business, and I'll do the same." So clearly Khloe did not regret posting that video whatsoever, and when Ruby kindly called out the action, Khloe somewhat threatened Ruby Rose. In at number 7, Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers makes her living by poking fun at celebrities, but when she did this to Kim Kardashian, Khloe was not happy about it. The feud between them started when Joan parodies Kim's infamous adult tape with Ray J by taking a photo in bed with Ray J, obviously to mock their tape. But Khloe pulled some punches of her own to ensure that Joan did not get away scot-free. Apparently, Khloe was set to co-host Joan's show Fashion Police, but she decided to pull out at the very last second, leaving producers scrambling to find a replacement last minute. And honestly, I thought at this point Kim would be able to take a joke about that event. I mean, it literally made her entire family famous. Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal to make fun of. In at number 6, Adrienne Bailon. Adrienne Bailon dated Rob Kardashian in the beginning of their show, but they ended up breaking up because Rob cheated on her. However, it seemed that Adrienne had a good relationship with the sisters after the fact, but we learned later on that that actually wasn't the case. And Adrienne has had a rocky relationship with the Kardashians post-breakup. A feud ignited when Adrienne was on the cover of Latina magazine, and in the interview she said her decision to appear on Keeping Up was not a good one and actually hurt her career. Many of the Kardashians responded to this on Twitter, including Khloe, who said, quote, "Don't kick my brother while he's down. Thought her and I were cool, shake my head." Another negative moment between them was actually captured on the show, and Adrienne's family was going camping with the Kardashians. And even though Adrienne's family is very conservative, Khloe kept swearing and talking about sex while around her parents, which made Adrienne's family very uncomfortable. Halfway at number 5, Amy Schumer. While hosting Saturday Night Live, Amy Schumer took a dig at Khloe Kardashian, and Khloe clapped back. When talking about Khloe's weight loss, Schumer said, quote, "We used to have Khloe. Khloe was ours, right? Whenever there's a group of women, you identify with one of them, right? Khloe, she lost half her body weight. She lost to Kendall, and we have nothing." And obviously this was somewhat of a backhanded compliment, saying that Khloe was relatable because she didn't look as fit as her other sisters before her transformation. But I don't think that Amy actually meant it in a bad way. Khloe responded to the joke saying, quote, "No need to tear down others just to make yourself feel bigger. It actually makes you quite small. I'm on a healthy journey. I don't care for the hate." With Amy responding back, quote, "Nothing but love for that family. I like the idea of sending women the message to be happy in their own skin. Hashtag peace." So it seems Amy's message here was body positivity. In at number 4, Ronnie Magro. The Jersey Shore star had a bad interaction with Khloe Kardashian. This was because at one point Ronnie was actually dating Khloe's BFF, Malika Hack, and Khloe seemed to get jealous about how much time they were spending together. Side note, I had no idea that Ronnie and Malika dated. That is like the weirdest couple ever. But anyways, when speaking about the fact that her and Malika weren't hanging out as much, Khloe took a major dig at Ronnie, saying, quote, "Maybe she's embarrassed that she's dating Ronnie from Jersey Shore, 'cause I would be." Yikes, that's a really shady thing to say about your best friend. And the fact that she's trashing Ronnie when she's also a reality TV star and has done questionable things on camera is just really shady all around. In at number 3, Jordyn Woods. A lot of people believe that Khloe's scandal with Jordyn Woods exposed a nasty side of her. For a refresh on everything, Jordan and Tristan Thompson, who was Khloe's baby daddy, had some sort of intimate contact, either a kiss or more. But what complicated things more was that Jordan was best friends with Kylie, Khloe's younger sister. After the news came out, the entire family trashed on Jordan publicly, while Jordan stayed quiet. It also seemed like the family forgave Tristan rather quickly, while Kylie was almost forced to end her friendship with Jordan. Jordan ended up going on Red Table Talk to discuss her side of things. And after that interview, Khloe went on the defense and started tweeting more things against Jordan. One shady tweet said, quote, "Why are you lying, Jordan Woods? If you're going to try and save yourself by going public instead of calling me privately to apologize first, at least be honest about your story. By the way, you are the reason my family broke up." And of course, no one's defending Jordan's actions here, but it takes two to tango. And Tristan has a long history of cheating on Khloe and disrespecting her publicly. So many felt it was wrong for her to almost take it out entirely on Jordan. We can probably all agree that Tristan is most likely the one who initiated things. In at number 2, Nicole Polizzi. It seems that Khloe has a vendetta against Jersey Shore because Nicole Polizzi, aka Snooki, spoke about how she had a terrible experience when she met Khloe. Nicole was a guest on Cocktails with Khloe, and when talking about their first interaction, Polizzi flat out said that Khloe insulted her. She claimed that Kim Kardashian invited her over to the family's home, saying, quote, "Kim tapped you on the shoulder." She goes, "Khloe, look who's here." And you looked me up and down and said, "I swear to God, I'm not lying." And you go, "What the F is she doing here? Are you kidding me, Kim?" Khloe says she doesn't remember insulting Nicole like that, but Nicole has really no reason to lie about something like that, so I'm definitely believing Nicole on this one. And if that's true, that is just really disgusting. That is so mean. In at number 1, Jamila Jamil. Jamila Jamil spoke up about the recent Khloe Kardashian Photoshop scandal on her Instagram, and she didn't hold back with her criticism against Khloe. Jamil said that Khloe's bikini scandal has been very damaging, saying, quote, "They played their fans, but they played themselves worse, and everybody loses. Adding the diet culture is the real enemy." Saying later in the caption, quote, "Even though I remain furious at how much this family perpetuates fat phobia and impossible beauty standards, I totally see why they're so obsessed with presenting as whatever society's latest ideal of perfect is, because they were harassed and bullied and scrutinized to within an inch of their lives." So it seems that Jamil has empathy for what Khloe has gone through, but she understands Khloe and her family are a big reason that these beauty standards have been upheld in our society today.
In at number 10, blackface. Accusations of cultural appropriation of the black community has surrounded the Kardashian family for years, and Kylie was at the center of that debate when she posted a photo in April 2015 where people think she was blackfishing, which is when a white person changes their race to appear black or mixed race. The photo is heavily edited, but in it her skin is incredibly dark. Tons of comments called Kylie out for the photo, claiming this was a form of blackface. Kylie posted a follow-up photo addressing the controversy, saying the photo looked darker because of the lighting, not because of dark makeup. She wrote, quote, "This is a black light and neon lights. People, let's all calm down." In at number 9, the hashtag Kylie Jenner challenge. Back in 2015, after Kylie got her lip filler, Kylie Jenner challenge was going viral online. Since fans wanted to get bigger lips like Kylie, they started sucking on shot glasses and other small objects to inflame their lips and make them look huge like Kylie's. Thankfully, I never actually did this one. I'm surprised I didn't try it, but I don't think I ever actually did it. The challenge caused some hilarious results, but also some serious injuries. Many people were bruised for days following the challenge, but others had more severe problems like popping blood vessels in their lips that required hospitalization. Kylie condemned the challenge, tweeting, quote, "I'm not here to try and encourage people / young girls to look like me or think this is the way they should look. I want to encourage people and young girls like me to be yourself and not be afraid to experiment with your look." But people still faulted Kylie for the injuries. In at number 8, cornrows. It seems that Kylie didn't learn her lesson with the blackfishing scandal, and the backlash against her got much worse in July of 2015 when she posted a photo wearing cornrows on Instagram. Many fans in the comments called her out for wearing the style. Hunger Games actress Amanda Stenberg shared her disappointment in the comments. Quote, "When you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism." Kylie responded writing, quote, "Mad if I don't, mad if I do. Go hang with Jaden or something." Justin Bieber actually came to Kylie's defense here, but it created a huge scandal that got Kylie and the family a lot of heat. Detractors accused Kylie of appropriating black features and not recognizing the history associated with the hairstyle. In at number 7, vintage t-shirts. This scandal happened in 2017 when Kendall and Kylie launched a line of rap versus rock fashion tees as part of their Kendall and Kylie collection. The distressed faded shirts featured superimposed images of the sisters' faces over famous musicians like Tupac, The Doors, Biggie Smalls, and Ozzy Osbourne. Fans immediately called the shirts disrespectful, especially since the sisters were using images of deceased artists. Two of the more talked about t-shirts featured the faces of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. Even Biggie's mom got involved, calling the concept quote disgusting and disrespectful. His estate also sent a cease and desist letter. Photographer Michael Miller, who took the image of Tupac that appeared on one of the shirts, later sued Kendall and Kylie, accusing them of using the image without his permission. The sisters removed the shirts days after the release and apologized for offending fans of the artists. And at number 6, plastic surgery denial. At this point, it's pretty obvious that Kylie has changed her looks through cosmetic enhancements, but she won't own up to anything other than her incredibly obvious lip filler. In 2015, after a shocking change in her appearance, it was speculated that she received lip fillers. But for months after, she denied the rumors and said that her full lips were a result of a lip liner. But after she could no longer deny it, she fessed up to the fillers in an interview. She told ABC News, quote, "It's just an insecurity of mine and that's what I wanted to do." She admitted the insecurity stemmed from a boy telling her lips were too small to kiss. Khloe said in an episode of the show about Kylie's lips, quote, "Kylie decided to plump her lips and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think if you've done something though, it's right to cop up to it." It's been speculated that Kylie's had a number of other procedures done, but she hasn't admitted to anything else. At number 5, lied about being a billionaire. Kylie Jenner became a household name after she was labeled the world's youngest self-made billionaire in 2019, beating up Mark Zuckerberg. This label was given by Forbes, who had looked over her finances and determined she was a billionaire. But less than a year after the company gave her the insane title, they actually walked it back and claimed the Kardashians duped Forbes into giving her the label when she wasn't actually a billionaire at the time. Forbes said Kylie had been, quote, inflating the size and success of her business for years. Apparently it was exposed when Cody bought a portion of Kylie's company, and all the business documents were made public, and the official one showed a lower net worth for the brand. In reality, it said that Jenner's net worth at the time was likely, quote, just under $900 million, but it has since fallen to around $700 million. And at number 4, fake face wash. While Kylie was first promoting Kylie's Skin, she got a ton of heat for a super cringy video of her washing her face. Firstly, she used a filter while washing, which doesn't let us see how the product actually works. Then she only used the face wash for about 5 seconds maximum before scrubbing off her makeup with a towel. Worst of all, we get a quick glimpse of the towel after and it's covered in foundation. So clearly it didn't even work to take the makeup off. One comment on the post read, quote, "She washed her face for literally seconds and her foundation was all over the towel. If I did that, my acne would be poppin'." And at number 3, Kylie Minogue. Before Kylie Jenner, Kylie Minogue was the most famous Kylie. The Australian pop star shaded Kylie Jenner when Kylie tried to trademark their first name. According to the US Patent and Trademark Office, in 2015 Jenner tried to register Kylie in the US for advertising services and endorsement services. But Kylie Minogue's team filed their own charges to ensure the trademark did not go through. Minogue claimed it would damage her own reputation. In the legal documents, Minogue's team classified Jenner as a, quote, secondary reality television personality, known for her, quote, photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts on social media. Then Kylie Minogue tweeted, quote, "Hello, my name is Kylie, hashtag light years," insinuating she was here way before Jenner. And at number 2, betrayed Kanye. When Kanye was first launching his Yeezy brand with Adidas, he used Kylie in his fashion show to promote the shoes, along with the rest of the Kardashian clan. But then Puma snagged Kylie for their new shoe line, which was a conflict of interest because Puma is a rival to Adidas. In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim said, quote, "Kanye had Kylie walk in his first 2 Adidas shows. He really believed in her as part of his brand. I feel like this was a conflict of interest." Kylie ended up going forward with the Puma deal and apparently made a cool 7 figures, but she lost the trust and respect of Kanye. Before Kylie officially signed the deal, Kanye made a fool of himself on Twitter, saying that there was no way that Kylie would take the deal and betray his family. Sure, he regretted that after. And finally, number 1, Lourdes Leon. Lourdes Leon, daughter of Madonna, dissed Kylie after Lourdes was invited to a party that she was throwing. Apparently, Lourdes shaded Kylie over her social media activity and selfie taking. After Lourdes received the invite, the source revealed, quote, "She couldn't believe Kylie thought that she'd be receptive to a party invite and has completely ignored her. As far as Lourdes is concerned, she's not going to lower herself to even responding." dating, adding that Lourdes is very picky about who she spends time with and Kylie doesn't make the cut. The source added that her friends are, quote, much more interested in changing the world than in taking selfies. This was a few years ago, so I wonder if her opinions have changed, but it's very embarrassing to say the least.
In at number 10, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is known to have all the tea, and when he does have the inside scoop on something, he usually shares it with his fans. During the Tristan Thompson-Jordan Wood scandal that rocked the entire world, Jeffree took to Twitter and Snapchat to share his thoughts on the situation. After Jordan went on Red Table Talk and claimed that she and Tristan had shared a kiss, but nothing more, Khloe Kardashian slammed her former friend on Twitter, saying, quote, if you're gonna try and save yourself by going public instead of calling me privately to apologize first, at least be honest about your story. By the way, you are the reason my family broke up. Jeffree decided this was the best time for him to spill the tea on the situation and publicly trashed Khloe. Quote, my whole entire town knows they've been hooking up for at least a few months. The rest of the world is now being played by lies. Nothing new, lol. Jeffree then went off on Snapchat, claiming the entire family are phenomenal actors and that Tristan and Jordan have actually been, quote, hooking up for a month or two. Jeffree then went on to talk more trash about the Kardashian family, trashing Khloe specifically for blaming everything on Jordan when Tristan was probably the one really to blame. In at number 9, Taylor Swift. During Kim Kardashian's feud with Taylor Swift, the family seemed to support Kim and Kanye from the sidelines, but not Khloe. Khloe inserted herself into the drama and made things a whole lot worse for everyone. Notably, she also got in a feud with 19-year-old Khloe Grace Moretz, and in the midst of all that drama, Khloe tweeted out a warning to Taylor Swift, saying, quote, Kim is a savage, don't F with her man, honey. And most people wouldn't blame Khloe for supporting her sister. However, she really didn't need to get involved and trash Taylor more after she was already getting exposed by Kim. However, we did learn later that the entire truth wasn't exposed anyways. In at number 8, Amber Rose. Amber Rose is Kanye West's ex, which already made her a target of the Kardashian clan, especially since Rose publicly stated that Kanye cheated with Kim. But the feud between them got even worse when Amber took Blac Chyna's side after Kylie started dating Tyga, Chyna's ex. Amber said she was ashamed of him for leaving his family, baby mama Blac Chyna and their son King Cairo, for a, quote, 16-year-old that just turned 17. Khloe didn't like that Amber was talking trash about Kylie, so Khloe tweeted out, quote, I was a stripper since I was 15 years old. Amber Rose told Fox, please don't worry about my sister who has a career and her together only at 17. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. After Khloe bashed Amber for her past, Amber clapped back comparing herself to Kim Kardashian, who claimed that Kim did worse than strip to support the Kardashian family. This again was another instance of Khloe inserting herself into some drama that she probably shouldn't have. In at number 7, Scott Disick. Scott Disick and Khloe Kardashian have a very close bond, but if you watch Keeping Up, then you know that it wasn't always that way. At one point, Khloe even got physical with Scott, slapping him right across the face. For a recap, Kourtney was pregnant with Scott's son at the time, and even though they were broken up, they got back together when they learned that she was pregnant. Khloe thought this was pretty convenient timing and accused Scott of knocking her up, saying, quote, just admit it, you were jealous of Kourtney. You thought she was going to leave you, so that's why you knocked her up with the old sausage. Adding, quote, you wanted to keep her for 18 years and not let anyone else have her. At this point in the argument, Scott grabbed Kourtney by the arm to leave. But Khloe didn't like this, and as she slapped him, she yelled at him to not touch her sister Kourtney. Kourtney thought this was way too far and on her way out said, quote, that's so disrespectful to slap Scott across the face. That's totally crossing the line. In at number 6, Kim Kardashian. On Keeping Up, Kim exposed that Khloe has a really bad issue with her temper. It got so bad at one point that Khloe was forced to go to anger management classes on the show. The feud between Khloe and Kim started when Khloe overheard Kim talking with Kourtney, where Kim said that Khloe was lying about not seeing an obscene video from the vacation. Khloe didn't take that accusation well, calling Kim a, quote, effing liar, saying, quote, you pissed me off because you never believed me. Then Kim clapped back, quote, you're so easy to piss off. When the topic came up later, Khloe went off on Kim once again, saying, quote, don't be an effing B and make me out to be a liar. Khloe talked more about the feud with her BFF Malika, who accused her of snapping way too quickly. Malika said, quote, you're the last person that people want to tee off on because your word vomit is crazy. Malika added that Khloe needed to change how she interacts with people. When Khloe later tried to apologize to Kim, Kim did not accept, saying, quote, you just snapped for no reason. It's crazy how you just snapped. Just call me back when you feel like being a nice, decent human being instead of being a B. Y'all know what I mean by a B. hopefully. Halfway at number 5, Kris Jenner. The family is known to prank their mom, Kris Jenner, but Khloe seems to always take it too far and has made her mother emotional on many occasions. In one earlier season when Khloe was getting married, Kris brought out her wedding dress to see if Khloe wanted to wear it, but Khloe flat out called it ugly, causing her mother to cry. Then another time when Kim and Khloe confronted their mother about scamming them, Khloe dropped a cake on Kris's head. Then later in their fight, Khloe threw another cake at her mom. And honestly, it's just really sad to see how mean that they are to Kris. Like, I know for the most part that they're just kidding around, but honestly, like, I just feel really bad for Kris sometimes. Like, she takes so much crap from them. Poor woman. In at number 4, Caitlyn Jenner. When Caitlyn Jenner transitioned, it created a strain in her relationships with the Kardashian clan, but the worst strain was between Khloe and Caitlyn. Caitlyn highlighted their feud when she posted to Instagram to celebrate Mother's Day, including all of the mothers in the Kar Jenner family in her post other than Khloe, who was the most recent Kar Jenner to become a mom. Caitlyn even included her ex-wife Kris in the post, with the caption reading, quote, "So blessed to have so many amazing moms in my life." And even though this was really shady, it wasn't that surprising, as it's known that they had a tense relationship. However, I personally didn't realize that Khloe was the only person that Caitlyn was tense with at that time. More recently, Khloe said that their relationship is getting better, but they still don't talk very much, adding that there's no beef between them though. Not sure if I believe that. In at number 3, Khloe herself. Khloe Kardashian has been exposing herself with how much her looks have changed over a very short period of time. The change has been in her actual appearance from cosmetic procedures, as well as in photos from photoshopping and Facetune. And people have become more critical of the changes Khloe has made, specifically the fact that she will not admit what procedures that she's had done. Instead of changing her behavior, Khloe has started to call out people for their comments against her. One person commented on one of her photos asking why she looked so different. Khloe then replied, quote, "From my weekly face transplant, clearly." She went on to joke a few months later that she worked as Nicole Richie's assistant, quote, 5 faces ago. In at number 2, Tristan Thompson. Khloe's on and off again boyfriend and baby daddy Tristan Thompson has treated her terribly throughout their relationship, publicly cheating on Khloe multiple times, even once with Kylie's BFF Jordan. Social media critics have been very hard on Khloe for how forgiving that she's been to Tristan, and say that she should be more like the old Khloe who didn't put up with any bad behavior. Earlier in the show, Khloe was seen as the tough sister who would never let a man treat her badly or cheat. And even though Tristan has done both of those things, she still goes back to him. Many think this could be proof that Khloe has changed as a person and is now so desperate that she'll do anything to be with him. Many have also called her out for taking Tristan's side in the Jordan Woods scandal, when Tristan is the one that committed to Khloe, not Jordan. And finally at number 1, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez got involved in the drama when the Kardashian family and Taylor Swift were facing off, following the release of Kanye West's song, Famous. Selena is of course besties with Taylor, so she took some subtle digs at the family in defense of her friend. Selena tweeted out, quote, "There are more important things to talk about. Why can't people use their voice for something that effing matters?" She later tweeted, quote, "Truth, the last thing we need right now is hate in any form." She lastly tweeted, quote, "This industry is so disappointing yet the most influential. Shake my head." Many believe these were also digs at Khloe specifically, as Selena sent out these tweets in the midst of Khloe's feud with Khloe Grace Moretz, that we talked about more in the last part. And honestly, I completely agree with Selena here. That feud was just so stupid and so unnecessary.
Number 10, swimwear scam. Kylie Jenner's new swimwear line received a ton of backlash from her own fans, with many taking to TikTok to complain about getting scammed. The 24-year-old billionaire business mogul released her new line of swimwear and was quick to promote it on her social media, resulting in many styles selling out fast. Unfortunately, a lot of buyers started to have buyer's remorse after receiving their orders. TikTok specifically was flooded with videos of people giving Kylie's swimwear a bad review. Many were upset over the poor quality of the pieces and even described them as being so thin that you could practically see through it. One reviewer said that they shelled out $250 on 2 sarongs, a pink 2-piece, and a yellow cutout monokini, but then said, "I would show you these, but I literally can't because they are just not it." The sizing, she explained, was perfect, but despite being fully aware there was no padding, the material was so flimsy it just shows everything. Not a good look. Coming at number 9, the stripper pole. According to Kylie Jenner herself, one of her most embarrassing moments in her career as a celebrity really happened during the filming of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. In all fairness though, she was 10 years old when the show premiered, so a lot of her behavior could be attributed to just immaturity. In one of the earlier episodes, Kylie caused a major controversy when she was filmed spinning around on a stripper pole in Kris Jenner's bedroom. Reflecting on that episode to E! News, she said, "The stripper pole was so embarrassing, I wish it never happened. However, the reason she found this to be so embarrassing was due to how the world at large reacted to it." Coming number 8, bad tipper. Not only was Kylie Jenner accused of scamming her own fans, but she has also come under fire for being a terrible tipper as well. There have been 2 angry waitstaff members that exposed Kylie for leaving bad tips. One was a claim from a server in New York City who said, "She was fine, but she tipped $20 on a $500 bill. Do with that information what you will." With another claiming that they received a $2 tip from Jenner after delivering a $250 order to her home. I genuinely think that most celebrities just do not understand how the tipping process works. Although, to be fair, most people that have never worked in the restaurant industry understand how much they should be tipping. I think in North America, at least the rule is 18% of whatever your final bill is. A lot of servers have to, pay out a certain percentage from their tips that goes to the hostess and sometimes to the line cooks as well. So if you don't tip on your bill, that money is pretty much coming out of the server's pocket. So on that $500 bill, she really should have been tipping about $90, not a $20 bill. Coming number 7, the wheelchair. The golden wheelchair photo shoot from 2015 is perhaps one of the most bizarre choices that Kylie has made. Once those images hit social media, there were thousands of intense reactions from people who reported being discriminated against because of their disability. One of the ones that went viral was from 17-year-old Ophelia Brown, who shared a photo of herself next to Kylie Jenner and said, "Kylie Jenner, wow, being in a wheelchair is so fun and fashionable. Ableism is the ultimate fashion statement." And when speaking to the press about how this Kylie photo shoot made her feel, Ophelia went on to say, "When I first saw the picture, my response was that I didn't think she fully understand what a wheelchair was. A wheelchair is a big part of my life, and she seemed to be sitting on it for fun or to look more edgy and cool. I felt overwhelmed with annoyance and jealousy that she could just get in and out of a wheelchair." In at number 6, fake activism. I don't know if she just didn't think this one through all the way or what, but man does it look bad. Kylie took to her Instagram stories about the devastating wildfires in Australia that completely wrecked their country and their wildlife and said, "Over 500 million animals have been killed in Australia. This breaks my heart." However, later on, she posted this other Instagram story of her wearing mink slippers, and which then, of course, led to people calling her out for completely contradicting her earlier statement. Although I don't think they realize that Kylie Jenner probably doesn't care. She posted about the Australia wildfires because every other celebrity was also doing that. Regardless, one user writes, "She's out of touch with reality. Where does she think mink comes from?" In at number 5, disturbing photos. While promoting her Nightmare on Elm Street collection that features Freddy Krueger-inspired makeup, Jenner shocked and angered a lot of her fans. Kylie is expecting her second child with Travis Scott, and because she is expecting another child, this enraged people on the internet even more. She began promoting this Halloween line with various posts that all carried a heavy red theme. It started with a promo video that shows fake blood washing over Kylie's body while 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You plays in the background. The conspiratorial comments started really flowing on that video and just carried over to her next promotional post. For example, the comments that said, "This is sick and that's not a compliment," with another adding, "Adrenochrome?" Other than these types of comments that think every celebrity is the Illuminati, the rest of her comments seem to be split on the matter. I saw many supportive comments on Jenner's collaboration, but there were an equal amount of people that really did not care for it. Some called it disturbing, while others said that it was so horrifying that she needed to repent. A lot of people thought it was just distasteful because she was pregnant, which did become another focus of backlash. One person wrote about how if someone was recovering from a miscarriage, they would find this to be very daunting to look at, with another adding that on Mental Health Awareness Day, this was the last thing that they expected to see in their feeds. In at number 4, Kylie Cosmetics sweatshop. Back in April of 2016, around the time of the Kylie Cosmetics launch, many workers in her factories took to social media to expose the awful working conditions. The employees based out of a lab in Oxnard, California, described working as if it were sweatshop conditions, meaning long hours, early days, an unclean work environment, and too many people all working in the same area. One former employee even alleged that she fell ill after accidentally inhaling the makeup products. The production worker went on to claim, "Long hours, no home life, was only provided with a lab coat, hairnet, and safety glasses, no benefits." While the workers said they loved to see how makeup was made from start to finish, they claimed the makeup particles made me cough and sick. Coming in at number 3, blackfishing. After posting a video to her Instagram stories of her listening to music in her car, many people took notice of Kylie's skin color looking a little darker than normal. The term blackfishing is used to describe people who attempt to masquerade as black or even mixed race, and in some cases uses to increase profits from the adopted masquerade while being white the whole time. One user was so shocked by it, they said that it looked like she was wearing the Fenty makeup foundation shade 420. Another user decided to come at the entire Kardashian-Jenner clan and tweeted, "How many times we gotta reiterate that the Jenner daughters are just white, mayo white, not a bit of ethnic white. Kris and Caitlyn are straight up green. Kylie's blackfishing is even more egregious because she is as white can be," adding, At least the other three have an Armenian dad as leverage. Kylie has no ground to stand on, and I'm tired of them telling us her lips don't have permanent fillers and that she just overdraws them. Coming number 2, the heel incident. After Kendall, Kylie, and Kris Jenner's boyfriend Corey Gamble ended up in the same car after being out on the town for a night of partying with the whole family, things began to escalate. Kylie refused to have the driver drop Kendall off at her house, which according to Kylie was out of the way. Kendall, who claimed she was sober at the time, said that Kylie smacked her, but not hard, and in return, Kendall flailed back, striking Kylie in the face. From there, the situation got really ugly. Kylie seemed to have been getting more and more intoxicated since the dinner started, and by the night's end, the lights were on, but no one was home. Kendall said that after she hit Kylie, her sister then took the heel of her shoe and pressed it into Kendall's neck. From there, the two apparently just began kicking each other repeatedly in the car, and as the fight continued to escalate, Mr. Gamble did his best to try to calm them down. Unfortunately though, to no avail. Kendall would actually end up later accusing him of cursing at her during the fight. According to Khloe, there was already tension when the night started because Kendall didn't come to the drag show. Khloe said that it felt like the tension between Kylie and Kendall had been building and building, so it just happened to boil over when they got into that car together. In at our number 1 spot, filming Astroworld tragedy. Kylie Jenner being in attendance at the Astroworld Festival during all of the mayhem was one thing. However, the single moment that ruined her career in our opinion was when she uploaded a video of an ambulance trying to make its way through the crowd. That video was deleted soon after she realized the severity of the situation, but at that point it was pretty much the beginning of the end. Now she can't even really post anymore on her Instagram without getting some sort of extreme backlash in the comments for being insensitive. So with that, her Kylie brand will certainly take a hit just from this single moment.